You may have noticed that we can only have one active section plane at a time, as is the case on the right. Here, I activate the planes one after the other. I will show you how to have multiple active sections simultaneously, like here on the left. Here is another example with this apartment without any section on the right. On the left, I have activated two section planes. You can see them here under Display, Section Plane. I will now show you how to create these section planes simultaneously. I take my first section plane here. I place it there. I move it where I want to place it. Here, after the window, I select everything. Right-click, either I create a group or a component. Here, it's quicker to create a group. I deselect, I take my section plane. I place it on this face. You understand, it's the fact of enclosing the first section plane in the group that allows me to add an additional section plane. With the Move tool, I position myself where I want. If I want to move the first one, you understand, I need to open the group that contains the section plane. I select it again and I can move it wherever I want. When I click on the button in the model, we find all the materials I used during the modeling of my pumpkin, for example. You may have noticed that some materials have a white triangle in the bottom right corner, some do not. These are simply the materials I used for my pumpkin. Be careful. Some materials have a white triangle simply because these colors have been used by components, like Chris here for example. Right-click on it. I delete it. We notice that some triangles have disappeared. Only 4 materials remain, really used by my model. You may have already had a line like this, divided into several segments. If we take the Line tool and trace over it from one end to the other, it doesn't work. The line is still divided. We take the Line tool. We place ourselves at the intersection of the two lines. We draw a segment. We do the same on the other side. We take the eraser and delete them. This time the line is composed of a single line. We have merged the 3 initial lines. I will show you how to delete faces without selecting them beforehand. This works with all tools that automatically select faces. That is, one of these 6 tools. We will prefer the Move tool, or the Rotate tool, or the Scale tool. These 3 work on all possible surfaces. I select the Move tool. I position myself on the face. I press the Delete key on the keyboard directly. When we want to move an object with the Move tool, it is not always easy to stay well aligned along the red, green, or blue axis. For this, it's very simple. We press the right arrow key on the keyboard. To lock the direction along the red axis, we see that the dotted lines are thicker. To deactivate the lock, I press the right arrow again. It deactivates. If I press the up arrow, it locks the direction on the blue axis, the left arrow on the direction of the green axis. I will show you how to very quickly purge all unnecessary elements in this locomotive, which was modeled by a member of my Discord server. He didn't know that he had to purge the file. Normally, you have to open the relevant palette and click here. Choose Purge Unused Elements and so on for each different category. It's not very practical, knowing that there are a lot of materials that are not used for the locomotive, as well as the components. I added 2 layers here to show the example. The quickest, you just have to click on Info on the model. Choose Statistics. Purge Unused Elements. We can close. We finally notice that there are only 2 components. The 2 layers I added have disappeared. About half of the materials remain. Only those of the locomotive remain. I have hidden various elements in my modeling. I would like to make one of the parts I have hidden reappear. To do this, I go to Edit, Reveal. Here I have everything. That doesn't interest me. Either last, it's not the element I'm going to bring back, and selection is grayed out, it doesn't work. I'll show you how to do it. We go to Display, Hidden Geometry. All the hidden elements are on the screen. I want to make only the tire with the studs reappear. So I select it. This time look, in Edit, Reveal. I have selection which is active, but that doesn't interest me, it's not very fast. I simply right-click on the tire, reveal. I deselect. I remove the hidden geometry. I will create the symmetry of this part to obtain the one next to it. I select the part. I take the rotate tool. I press Ctrl to activate the copy. I place myself on the axis here. I click and turn 180. All that remains is to select this part. I delete it. Here's how to create a symmetry quickly. The different clicks to select elements. A single click selects a face or an edge. A double click on a face selects the face and its contour. A triple click selects all the elements that are in contact with each other. All the elements that are not selected are either not directly in contact with the selection, simply because they are groups or components, as is the case here, so they are not selected at the same time. If I want to enlarge this rectangle with the scale tool, I can enlarge its length or width without any problem, because the lines are parallel to the green and red axes. If, on the other hand, I want to enlarge this one as well, this time it doesn't work, neither in the corners. For this, it's very simple. We go here to the axis tool. We click on one end. I align an axis on one edge. I click once, a second time. The axes have been redefined. I take the scale tool. Now I can enlarge the length and width. When I'm done, I take the select tool. Right-click on one of the axes and I reset.